Lord Chief Justice's office? You want me to go there, Susato? I fear we're not in a position to talk yet. You've made good time. Who's that? I took an express train back to London. I can hear Lord Strongheart, can you? Yes, it sounds as though he's talking to someone. Kazuma! Kazuma? Is everything in place? I had a private compartment on the train so I could check all the paperwork. It's... Kazuma-sama? Ah, your timing is impeccable. It is? No doubt you have heard the sickening news about the Reaper's latest devilry. Yes? I'm sure you don't believe it, of course, though, Lord Strongheart. That Lord Van Zieks could have done such a thing to Inspector Gregson. I believe only in the facts, and the facts in this case point to one thing. The unavoidable accusal of Lord Van Zieks for this crime. We must bring charges against the Reaper for taking the life of our legendary detective. I guess he would feel this way. I mean, he was quite unfazed as the truth about Dr. Scythe came out after all. Oh no, surely not. It's a truly regrettable situation. Tomorrow the Forensic Science Symposium finally begins. At the very least, though, we can show the world our justice system's swift and equitable processes. So does that mean the trial is tomorrow? Precisely. In fact, this is a fine opportunity for introductions. We already know each other. Kazuma, what are you doing? Don't you have your memories back? Ah, but of course, you're already acquainted, aren't you? Mr. Azuki here will be present at tomorrow's proceedings, leading the prosecution. Kazuma, talk to me! What are you doing? Talk to us! You're breaking Susato-san's heart! Wait, what? Kazuma? Well, he was Baroque Van Zieks' apprentice after all, so I don't blame Lord Strongheart. As I'm sure you're aware, he's a very capable practitioner of law. A defense lawyer, though. Kazuma-sama, a prosecutor? What is happening? This is not how I imagined our reunion would be. I'm sorry for all the worry I've caused you, but it'll be alright now. Has your memory completely returned? Yes, completely. I remember everything. Including what I was coming here to do. Right. Kazuma-sama, I can't tell you how happy I am to see you alive and well like this. But how did you come to be here in London when you were suffering from amnesia? It was the voice. This past year, I've been hearing it in my head constantly, saying the same thing over and over. Go to London, that's where your destiny awaits. It was that voice that guided me here to London. I'm so sorry for what's happened. Anyway, my memories might have returned to me, but there's something that won't return to the way it was before. Huh? What do you mean? I'm a prosecutor now, so I'm sure our paths will cross again very soon. Why do you have to be a prosecutor now? What is going on? What? Susato-san, you won't betray me and be assistant to Kazuma now, are you? Hope not. I'm sure you can imagine that tomorrow's trial will be closely followed all over London. In fact, no. People all over the Empire will be watching closely to see how it unfolds. There's no salvation for anyone in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper of the Bailey. And now, the Reaper himself must stand in the dock. Quite so. The public wants answers about the Reaper. Answers about how and why those who escaped conviction subsequently died mysterious deaths. Yeah, okay, answers that he's not able to give. But Lord Van Zieks firmly denies any involvement. And there have been thorough investigations that have proven him to be innocent. You said it yourself, Lord Strongheart. That's certainly true. Or it has been, at least, until now. Now, tomorrow's trial will mark the start of a new chapter in our country's great judicial history. What are you talking about? What? So, Kazuma will be prosecuting tomorrow? That's right. But he's a defense lawyer, Lord Strongheart. Accomplished young law practitioners cannot pick and choose their roles. And imagine what it will mean for the prosecution to know the strategies commonly employed by the defense. A devastating combination, wouldn't you agree? Absolutely. I've no doubt at all that Kazuma will be razor sharp as a prosecutor. But why Kazuma-sama? There are surely many other highly skilled prosecutors in Britain. No budget for animation and character design, I would imagine. It was a personal request. I asked to be assigned to the trial. You asked for this? But why? It'll all become clear tomorrow. I'm guessing you intend to stand for the defense, don't you? If you already guessed that, why would you do that to me? To your best friend? What the effing F? This is so fucked up. Although the Reaper appears to be turning down all offers of representation. I'm surprised such a personal request would have been upheld. It seems unprecedented, quite exceptional in fact. You are quite right, Miss Mikotoba. Tomorrow's trial will be unprecedented and exceptional in every way. After all, the accused is one of Britain's greatest prosecutors, the pride of the Empire. It would be unwise to give the public a reason to perceive it as the judiciary closing ranks. I mean, to give the case to a rookie, to Kazuma as a rookie, I don't know how the public will receive that, to be honest. Either they would think the judicial system wants to protect Barak, so they send out their youngest and most inexperienced lawyer. Well, I would be thinking that, right? I would be thinking that. Yeah. As someone who doesn't know Kazuma, I would think that. So that's why you're happy to let a foreigner handle the prosecution? Ryunosuke, let's see how your skills have been honed. After practicing law in this land for so many months. Oh my goodness, now that I gave you back your sword. You now have 2 swords. That's great. Kazuma, I don't understand why you're being so hostile to me now. Yeah, what about our friendship? Why are you being like this? Oh yes, we noticed that there was a gun in the scene of Inspector Gregson's death. Do you know if it belongs to Lord Van Zieks? That would be a question for the lead detective investigating the scene. Who would be who? Well, the thing is, she wasn't sure, so she told me I should ask somebody higher up who might know. Wait, Gina is the lead detective now? That's an incredible promotion, I should say. That's right, Mr. Naruhodo. Be direct. It's certainly a model that's issued to all personnel involved in law enforcement, yes. Which includes prosecutors, as I'm sure you can imagine. So it might as well be Gregson's. It could actually belong to the victim. No, Gregson had his gun on his person. Oh, what about Lord Van Zieks? He claims it's currently not in his possession. What? That's way too suspicious. According to his story, he lost it. What, he just lost it? Without reporting it? What the heck, Lord Van Zieks? I thought you were very strict on formalities. What the heck? In short, it's more than a little suspicious. Yeah. But just because the gun in question is the same type, is no proof that it's actually his. No, of course not. Nevertheless, the situation is grave for Lord Van Zieks. It doesn't look like we're going to glean much more here. Well, thank you very much, Lord Strongheart. Remember, tomorrow's trial will go down in our empire's history. There's much you could learn from the public gallery. Oh, ho. He's not expecting me to be the defendant, to be representing the defense? Really? Sorry to have taken up so much of your time. We'll see ourselves out.
Hold it!
Before you go, Ryunosuke. Oh, what is it, Kazuma? I just wanted to thank you. Oh, you don't know how much this means for me. Kazuma-sama, what? You took my determination to heart and brought it with you over the ocean in my stead. And you carried out my road to perfection. You always were intent on studying British law in order to change our own justice system. It was your dream, and Mr. Naruhodo didn't want that to die with you. Yes, but I had another purpose for coming here. Oh. I actually have a favor to ask. Which is? This trial I'll be prosecuting tomorrow. I'd like you to be there to see how it ends. Right in front of me is the defense counsel. Okay. Why? What is this all about? I know you have what it takes. But Lord Van Zieks would never put his fate in my hands. On the contrary, he recognizes your talent. He does? It's not easy to see behind the facade sometimes. Here, have a look at this. Oh, what? Wait, that's Gregson? And Van Zieks and probably his brother? That's Lord Van Zieks and Inspector Gregson. In a photograph that must have been taken some time ago by the look of it. And who's the third person? It was displayed very prominently in the detective's office. In Gregson's office, you mean? Yes, what I'm trying to say is, if you really think you can trust the Reaper, you might find that some straight talking makes him take a different view. Ticket. But Kazuma, why are you prosecuting Lord Van Zieks, your former mentor? I don't understand. Why are you giving me this? Just hurry, Ryunosuke. Visiting hours at the prison are almost over. What are you doing, Kazuma? Kazuma! Is he like gonna pretend to be on Lord Strongheart's side? I don't know what his game is, and I don't like it. Lord Van Zieks is still reading that letter. We've been gone quite some time though. Either he's an incredibly slow reader. Oh, either he's an incredibly slow reader or it's an incredibly long letter. I might even be able to read English faster than he can. I was intending to ignore you entirely. But I can't turn a deaf ear to such an insulting Nipponese. Oh, sorry, I didn't think you'd hear that. I had the case notes brought to me in secret. I was reading them to pass the time. In secret? I mean, who's your accomplice? Yes, we heard that your trial is set for tomorrow. Which is none of your business. So, have you found a lawyer? How many times must I reiterate the same thing? This has nothing to do with you. In other words, no. We were just talking to Lord Strongheart and the prosecutor for your trial has been decided. I'd expect nothing less, though I have no idea who it is. It's going to be Kazuma Asogi. Asogi? That made the color drain from his face. Yeah, probably shouldn't have mentioned his last name. Well then, it seems I'm going to have to engage in conversation with you again after all. With you mean the Nipponese, right? Oh, or with me. 10 years ago, my older brother, who was the director of prosecutions at the time, was murdered. And the killer, as you know, was a visiting student. Not a single day goes by when I don't curse the name Asogi. Genshin Asogi was Kazuma-sama's father. So what cruel twist of fate is this now, 10 years later? The man's son is to crucify me in some kangaroo court. I still don't understand why Lord Strongheart apprenticed Kazuma to you. It's what he does. No doubt he knew of the young man's true identity from the outset. What do you mean, it's what he does? But what could he have been hoping to achieve? And let's not forget that it was only 8 days ago that Kazuma recovered from his amnesia. Why would Lord Strongheart assign this trial to somebody like that? Asogi. That name is the very epitome of my bane. The bane that is you Nipponese. Right, your hatred of all of us Japanese. I'd only just been appointed as a prosecutor when it happened 10 years ago. My brother Clint, the director of prosecutions, was hunting down a mass murderer. The so-called professor, assigned to the investigation as his partner, was a certain visiting student dispatched from Scotland Yard. And that was Genshin Azuki? Exactly. I developed a deep respect for the man. He seemed noble-minded and chivalrous in the extreme to me. But none of us saw the true nature of the man. So I lost everything when it happened. My esteemed brother, the people I believed in, and any semblance of right prevailing over wrong. Oh, how awful. To avenge my brother, I prosecuted in Azuki's trial. It wouldn't ordinarily have been allowed, but I beleaguered the ascribed prosecutor until he consented. What do you mean by the ascribed prosecutor? The man in charge of the Professor case inquiry, Lord Mel Strongheart. Oh. Wait, what? Lord Strongheart? He was a highly accomplished prosecutor, but he agreed to relinquish the trial to me and act as my advisor instead. Since that time, he's the one person to whom I felt indebted. I'm sure he must have seen your zeal for the case and recognized your potential. Anyway, time passed, but then earlier this year, who should arrive in London but you? Ah, and of all things, as a lawyer. Huh? Why? Is that a problem? I felt your animosity the first time I ever faced you in the courtroom. Your obvious deep loathing of us Japanese. I kept telling myself it was illogical. But for so many years that hatred had festered inside me, I could no longer control it. And I can understand why, now I know the history. But in the same way that I've long felt the Nipponese to be the bane of my life, to Kazuma Azuki I am the bane of his, the Reaper who sent his father to the gallows. He's looking for revenge, and he intends to take it in court tomorrow. I don't think so. I know Kazuma better than anyone, and he's not such a person. I just can't believe that. No way. He's trying to find out the truth of what happened to his father, I guess, by coming here. About a gun used to shoot the inspector that was found at the scene. Ah, yes, that's not mine. Really? Because common opinion seems to be that it is. What do you expect me to say to that? Lord Strongheart informs us that you claim to have misplaced your firearm. As embarrassing as that is, I'm afraid it's true. When did you lose it then? Maybe we can find it. That I don't know. What? Are you sure you're not the one having amnesia? Oh. I was issued with a revolver when I first became a prosecutor 10 years ago. I must have stowed it somewhere, I suppose. Or left it somewhere, perhaps. Oh, you mean during your time, the 10 years period where you did not prosecute any cases, maybe? That's bad. You have something in common with Lord Van Zieks after all, Mr. Naruhodo. A talent for misplacing things. No, this has nothing to do with me. Don't drag me into it. Don't make the mistake of associating me with this Nipponese. Oh dear, the rift is very wide, isn't it? So it's not decisive evidence, clearly. But it doesn't look too good, that's for sure. Gregson's transfer to the Paris police prefecture had finally been arranged for the coming month. But he'll never make it to France now. It's a tragedy. Oh yes, come to think of it, he did mention something about that, didn't he? I wonder, does it happen often, being transferred internationally, I mean? It's the first time I've ever encountered it. Oh, the Paris police welcoming an English detective is almost inconceivable. I can't imagine what kind of magic Gregson must have worked to put that arrangement in place. It sounds like that mystery has even the Reaper perplexed. I'm afraid to say that we were very ignorant about Inspector Gregson's standing. We hear that he was considered something of a legend. Again, it was 10 years ago that he first made a name for himself by uncovering a decisive piece of evidence that exposed the professor's identity. If it wasn't for Gregson's singular approach to the case, the discovery would never have been made. What sort of approach? After my brother's life was taken, the inspector pushed for a full autopsy. Oh my, 10 years ago? Why is that so surprising? Autopsy was considered a desecration of the body at the time and rarely performed. And my brother was of course a noble. That made the idea of it even more unthinkable. But something Gregson had dug up in his investigations made him determined it was necessary. His powerful conviction somehow influenced the House of Lords, and as a result, I could avenge my brother's death. So, you must have had great confidence in the inspector's abilities then? And it's even more inconceivable that you would have taken his life? I don't have confidence in anyone. Oh. And I'm sure Gregson felt the same way. I have no doubt he thought of me only as the omnious Reaper, just like the rest of London. What really went on between Lord Van Zieks and Gregson, I wonder? What was the true nature of their relationship? We know exactly. It's a fact that he held you in high regard. Wait. Oops. I need to present. Here we go. Lord Van Zieks, we came by this old photograph. Where did you get that? It was taken when I became a qualified prosecutor. It's almost unbelievable. I assumed it was long lost. Is the man on the left there? Yes, that's my brother, Clint. It had to be, really. Apparently, this picture was prominently displayed in Gregson's office. He had a deep respect for you, you know. Were you aware of that? Respect? That's nonsense. Why do you think so? I mean, in all the cases where Inspector Gregson was at the stand where you prosecuted, I did get the feeling that he had a respect for you. No, we've heard someone attest to it very clearly. Inspector Gina Lestrade, no less. She's now really Inspector. Well, maybe once, yes. There was a time things were like that. We were brothers in arms, jovially discussing the future of justice and other such lofty subject matter. Oh, it's just like me and Kazuma. That was a nice glimpse of the past, I thank you. I feel as though I got a nice glimpse of the past then too. There was a glimmer of light in his eyes, a brief twinkle. Really? An insight into the true nature of this man, known to all as the stone-cold Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. Naruhodo. Well, this is the first time he's calling me by my last name. Oh, that's the first time he's ever used my actual name. Yeah. I have lost all confidence in my country's justice system. I don't trust the police, the judiciary, or lawyers. But there's still one thing I'm willing to believe in. What's that? That which you see in the eyes of another across the courtroom. A simple determination to know the truth. Lord Van Zieks? From the very first time we clashed in the Bailey almost a year ago now, I couldn't deny it, even though I dearly wished I could. Here is a loathsome Nipponese who has absolute integrity as a lawyer. There are only two other men I've known with the same look in their eyes. My brother Clint and Genshin Asugi. The man he idolized and the man who betrayed his trust in a most hideous way. When you showed me that photograph just now, it reminded me. You mean this one? Okay, let's show it again. Back then I was able to laugh. I was free of the shackles of mistrust that plague me now. I looked to the future with hope. Since then, I've protected myself against betrayal by refusing to trust anyone. But at times, the mire into which I've sunk makes it almost impossible to breathe. I'm so sorry. So, Mr. Naruhodo, I want to believe in that look in your eyes. I need to believe in it. I need to believe in it. In tomorrow's trial, will you advocate for me? Oh, this is so romantic. Oh, so romantic. Of course I will. It would be an honor. It's just like he proposed to me almost. I'm so pleased, Mr. Naruhodo. Then my life is in your hands. For Lord Van Zieks, that must have been an incredibly hard thing to ask. Yeah, right after he's admitted that I remind him of Genshin Asugi, of all people. But he also said that I remind him of Clint, so that's a good thing. Which is why I simply cannot let the man down. Tomorrow, in the Old Bailey, against my old friend Kazuma.